Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Scratch Project, Week 2, Session 1. It's the most epic video maze game ever class. Only the greatest class online and maybe in real time ever. Hi, I'm Mr. Smith, and I'll be your host today. Thank you very much. Let's move on. This is the owl dance I told you about the other day. I usually start the class out with the owl dance. So you know what? I'll go ahead and leave this playing for a few seconds. If you need to move your neck around like the owl, I'll just go ahead and take a sip. All right, that's enough of you, Mr. Owl. Okay, on the menu today, we'll do a video warm-up called The Ducks. I've got some plexers for you. History of computers, the rights, the wars, and the nerds. And in Scratch, boy, we got a good one today. This is a big one. It's called Animating Your Character. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and play the Kahoot when we're done. Okay, so here we go. Video warm-up. This is called The Ducks. This is I believe this is a recording from a police officer. Now, so wait for it here. In a second, you'll see the police officer. He gets around this car. He sees something. Let me get rid of that ad thing right there. Okay. He sees something. He turns his lights on. Yeah, he's blocking traffic because we got some ducks coming across here. What a nice guy. We got Mama Duck and all her babies trying to get across the main road. I think that's great. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your service. All right, moving on. This one is called 5,000 Ducks Go for a Walk. And I do believe this was recorded in China, where this is probably okay. I'm not sure how this would play out in America, but I would be okay with it. I would love to see 5,000 ducks walking across the street. That would just make my day. Here they come. A few times every year. I could do it every day. The local farmer takes his ducks on a stroll through the city. Yet another nice man. So they can enjoy a day at the nearby feeding pond. Oh, I bet you they love that. The ducks kept their beaks out of trouble, but managed to ruffle the feathers of bewildered pedestrians. These ducks are quite orderly. They move into one line. When vehicles and pedestrians come close, it's not that the vehicles, I can't even read as fast as this guy's talking. Anyway, enjoyable to see. And finally, this is one of my favorite duck videos. This is 100,000, a mass of ducks. And I believe this was filmed like in somewhere in Asia or possibly the Philippines. But what we have here is a car, and he's waiting to get through. But the ducks are in the way. Now, I don't know if these ducks belong to any kind of farmer or organization or zoo, or maybe they're just a whole bunch of ducks making their way to the pond. But clearly, the driver and the passenger of this car are enjoying the view. Okay, look, it's the end of the ducks. Maybe we can get through here. Okay. Hello, let's wait for this young man to get by us. Okay. Oh, wait, there's more ducks. Go ahead, scoot up. Okay, stop, because it's time for more ducks. Oh, I love the duck episode. Every year I get excited about that one. Okay, it's time for plexers, everybody. There's an expression in every box. See if you can get this first one. Whoop. And then even the second one popped up on me right there. See if you can get the first one first, because the second one is not complete. I'll go ahead and pause. Yep, you probably guessed that one right away. That's scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Okay, let's take a look at the new one, but I got to add a couple things to it. Align, and then align through the 0. I'll go ahead and pause. Perhaps you guessed that. Nothing is the 0. Good. It's over TV, or TV is under. But TV under no good, it doesn't make sense. Nothing good over TV still doesn't make sense. But another word or synonym for over is on. Nothing good on TV. There's your plexer. Great. And okay, so we'll do this one together kind of slowly. That is a big red E. Red E. We've got the, four thes. And we got the word time. Go ahead and pause. Okay, I'm back. Red E for the time. It's that time that's getting you, isn't it? Well, if you make time, it's kind of big. Ready for the big time. Ready for the big time. You're ready for the big time. Love it. Hey, it's the history of computers. There we go. I'll go ahead and make that full screen. I'll mute myself talking so I can talk. History of computers, 1903 to 1944. So almost 40 some years here. What's happening? Well, since the Babbage different engine in the 1800s, nothing has happened. Not until two brothers from Dayton, Ohio decided to invent an airplane. What? The Wright brothers? Okay, Mr. Smith, what's this got to do with computers? Well, nothing really, because they didn't have anything to do with it. But there's Orville and Wilbur Wright, and they went to Kill Devil Hills in South Carolina, and they flew this plane for 13 seconds, and it changed the world. It really did. I know what you're going to say. This has something to do with war, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Well, nothing to do with the Wright brothers, but some cool math I'm sure was involved. What they did was they sold it to the Army. That's right. The Army wanted to use the plane so they could drop bombs. I got a little video to show you right here. I think I'm going to click on it. Come on, Mr. Smith, click on that video. This is actual video taken of a bomb being thrown out of one of the Wright brothers' planes, and it crashes into that building. So still, what has this got to do with computers? Well, from 1914 to 1918, America and other countries fought the Germans. The Germans wanted to take over the world. Well, the Germans lost, and it was the new age of technology with these airplanes. The airplane was cool, but it missed a lot of targets. 20 years passed, and there was a new threat. Germany again. Yep, they wanted to, well, take over the world with this guy right here, Adolf Hitler. Boo, we don't like him. And who was going to stop him? Well, it was the nerds this time, because it was the nerds who had the idea to make bombing from airplanes more accurate. And they did it with a machine they called a computer. That's right, the nerds were the heroes. We'll learn more about that computer next time. But again, we're on our way to 1976, and we're getting closer. We're around 1944 right now. Just 32 more years, the world is really going to rev up. Okay, why did you just kick me out there? No, I didn't. That was me. Okay, here we go. Moving on. It's time for Scratch, everybody. This is your Scratch lesson. Sharing is caring. We can't do it right now because we're on a video. Hey, it's time to go to scratch.mit.edu. That's right. I'm going to go live this time to do this next lesson. So hang in there with me and bear with me. Here we go. Okay, we're in Scratch. I'm in my own account right now called Mr. Smith 6272. And we're going to go over here to create. And today we are going to learn how to animate your characters. So here we go. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to show you my stuff. I've got a couple things saved. This is the one that we just left. This one is called Week 1, Session 2. Now, it's not quite what you guys did, but I just wanted to show you that I animated my character. Right. So I'm going to kind of show you that what we're gonna get your character to do. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to go back into my stuff because I've got this untitled one here, which is just the Scratch Cat. So let's get started. I'm going to click See Inside. We've got our screen, and I'm going to get rid of Scratch because I don't need him anymore. All right, today you're going to not get a sprite from the sprite folders, but instead you're going to move one over and you're going to paint your own sprite. As you can see, it immediately takes me to costumes. And down here it says sprite number 1, and right here sprite number 1, costume 1. That's because I haven't drawn anything yet. So let me introduce you to all this stuff over here. You got a pen or a brush. You might be familiar with this. You can make lines or rectangles or circles or even letters if you want. There's a bucket to fill things with color. There's an eraser if you make a mistake. This thing is very important. It's called the select tool. We'll come back to it. I'm not really something I don't use here right now. This remove background and the stamp. Don't need it right now. Down below, you've got all your colors to choose from, and you could choose from any color you wish. And the one I use a lot is the line width. So when you're making a line, you can get that. You can see it appears as the sprite. And I'm just going to kind of go right there because that's what I want. I'm going to hit clear. I don't need that. All right, I'm going to make one of my favorite characters. This is a character that I make. People tell me it looks a lot like Sonic, and it does, and that's pretty cool. But I don't have a name for this character. He's just kind of my superhero, and this is how I draw him. And I know this is kind of boring, but it gives you an idea how to draw things. He has a mouth, and he has a neck, and he has a body. Now, if you know me, you know that I can't draw very well. I just drew an elephant the other day, and kids laughed at it the whole time. He's got some big feet. He's got an arm because he's running. And there you go. There's my character. And now I'm going to paint him. So let's make his hair kind of purple. Oh, so I got to go to the bucket fill. And I select purple, and you can see here it tells you the color. So now I'm going to fill that in. And your outline needs to be solid. There can't be any gaps. Otherwise, it won't fill it in, or it'll fill a lot of other stuff in. Let's make his nose red, and let's make his eye things black. Let's make his skin yellow, yellow, yellow. Let's make his shoes pink, and his shirt is going to be blue. All right, there's my character. I'm going to shrink him a little bit. He's a little too big for me. And I'm going to go ahead and slide him over here to the left. And as you can see, I'm on costumes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to scripts. Sprite 1, nothing in my scripts. I always start out with the green flag. I'm going to go to motions. And I always start out with the go to. Remember the go to -198, 7, -7? Okay, no matter where I put him, remember, he'll go back to the go to. I bring him over here, I click the green flag, he goes back to the beginning. Okay, go, animate. Well, there you go. We haven't told him what to do yet. So, of course, I'm also going to get the glide out, and I'm going to change it to 3 seconds. We've got the -198, and of course I'm going to change this to +198. But just to make things nice and simple, I'm changing the y's to 0, because I know that's in the middle. I'll put that there, I'll click my green flag, and now I'm gliding for 3 seconds. But I'm still not animated, and I'm still not making my way through. So if you remember, we got to get the forever loop. Now he will go on forever. Very good. Okay, now here comes the meat of this entire project. So pay careful attention. I'll move this over. I'm going to go to costumes. Okay, to animate, Here I have costume 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the right. I'm going to right click where I'll find duplicate. I'm going to duplicate again, duplicate. So I have 3 costumes. You can have as many as you want, but I only use 3. I wouldn't use less than 3. Let's go to costume 2, because I'm going to leave costume 1 as it is. Now costume 2, I'm going to change to make the animation. So to animate, remember I told you this tool was very important. It's called the select tool, because I can select parts like I'm doing here, and I can actually tip it by clicking that circle at the top. So I'll do that. I'll tip that and I'll put that there. Okay, now I got something showing there, so I can take the eraser and I can actually erase that. And I can go back to here. I'm going to select the black and just kind of fill that in. And I'm going to draw another foot, which is right here, and it's kind of hidden behind this one. I know it's sort of pinkish, so I'll fill that in. Hopefully it's the same color. Pretty close. Good. Now let's erase the hand, and let's make the hand and the arm move a little bit. Let's erase all that. Go back to black. And we're going to fill in the body with blue. It's the same blue, that's good. There's a little black showing, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. So I'll make my arm come up a little bit rather than, all right, but I'm also going to add one going backwards. Again, what a horrible artist you are, Mr. Smith, but you get the point. Yellow, whoops, you can see something's not closed there. So I'm going to hit the back arrow. Figure out what's not closed. I'm gonna have to, it's got to be this, so I'll just go over that with the black and go back to the yellow, boom, and boom, it's closed now. Okay, and the last thing I want to change here is the mouth. So I'm going to erase this part, fill in with yellow, which is already yellow and set to go. I'm going to draw a different mouth this time where it's slightly open and smiling. I'm going to make lines because I want to add teeth. All right. Because when you're animated, you're smiling. Make those white. And now my character 1 and character 2 have changed. So let's take a look. Character 1, character 2, character 1, character 2. You get the idea, right? Okay, good. Now let's go to character 3. So selecting tool, moving this way out, tilting it way up, drawing in black, bringing this to here, Bigfoot really running this time. What color is that? I think it's, no, it's definitely this one. Filling it in, same. Okay, again, arm, erasing, and I'm going to kind of tighten that up a little bit. So let's make that black right here, filling it in with blue. Good. Back to line, go into black. Okay, now I'm going to just kind of jam it in here with this one, and I'll make this one really stretching back. Okay, filling in the hands, yellow, yellow, yellow. Good. Now you can see what I'm doing. Erasing, filling in yellow, boom. Now I'm going to make the mouth really wide open here. Okay. Big teeth. 1, 2. White teeth. Fill those in. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, good. Now, to get my character to animate, I'm going to go back to scripts. Saving changes. Okay, go. Boom. All right. Well, we're not really animated yet, but we are moving. You notice we're still on costume 3 because that's where we left off. I could go back to costumes if I want. Click on 1. All right, good. Go back to scripts. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to looks. I got a special one here, a new one to introduce you to. It's called Switch to Costume. Well, you always want to be at costume 1 at the beginning. So, you know, if I was on costume 3, when I click the green arrow, he goes to costume 1. Did you see that? Back to costume 1. So, instead of doing that, I'm going to take that and move that over here. And I'm going to get a green flag. Just makes it easier for me to have more green flags. Okay. Switch to costume 1. So you can see what we're doing here. Switch to costume 2. And switch to costume 3. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Animate. Go! Well, he's still stuck on 3. What happened? All right. Let me try that again. It says 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me explain this. What's happening is the switches went so fast that your eyes don't really understand them. And it ends on 3, but it's just super duper fast. So let's slow it down by putting some weights in between. Okay, wait 1 second, wait 1 second, wait 1 second. So if I, boom, 1, 2, 3. There it is. 1, well, we're still on 3. So what do we do now? Good thinking. You put it in a forever loop. So let's put that whole thing inside the loop. Here we go. But I got to start it on costume 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. We're going to go ahead and add just one more second down at the bottom too. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Good. But it really doesn't look like it's moving very fast. So what can we do to fix that? Well, yeah, let's change this to 0.2. If you guys know your math, 1 second is 1 second. But the point makes it part of a second. A very small part of a second. Actually, 2 of the 10 parts of the second. So now that we got part of second, there's our guy walking. And that is how you animate. Pretty awesome, eh? I'd say so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save this now. I'm going to call it Animation Week 2, Session 1. Saved. And we're done with that. Okay, now let's get back to our scratch. Because we're going to go back to where we just were. And I'm going to show you some extra stuff called sound. Let's go to Scratch, MIT.edu. All right, back to my project here. It's already been saved. It's in my stuff. Animation Week 1, 2. Let's just reopen it for the fun of it while we're here. And we know that when I hit the green flag, it'll go to -198 and it'll switch costumes for 0.2 seconds and forever. So we're animated. Good. Now, let's make it more lifelike by adding sounds. Okay. They give you a blip. You're probably hearing that. Hopefully you hear it. If you don't hear it, I'm just going to show you what it's going to work. All right. I guess I'll know if it works when I replay this video. So what you can do is you can select from a whole bunch of sounds if you want, and you can try them out. Okay. There's animal sounds. There's effects. Oh, we know that one. Plunging. There's motorcycle passing. There's electronics. There's human sounds. There's instruments. I like that one. There's musical loops. There's musical notes. There's percussion. I'm going to select this one. That other one is still playing. That's why We gotta wait for it to stop. If you're hearing what I'm hearing. All right. Okay, good. So we've got this sound now. So how do we get that? We got to go back to scripts. So I'm just going to put in here green flag and go to sound and play funky drum. Okay, you notice it doesn't play for very long. So what I'll do is put it in a forever loop, connect it, and press. Okay, when you do that, even if you can't hear it, what I'm getting is a really odd sound. And what's happening is it's playing so fast over and over again that it's just bizarre. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, before it goes to forever, is I'm going to, I think it lasts about 2 seconds. So let's see if that works. Yeah. So he's kind of walking to the beat. And that is how we do sound. I'll show you guys how to record your own voice and make your own sounds later. All right. Well, I think it's time. I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down and move to here. So here's your assignment. Animate your character. You can use any previous Scratch project you had before or Sprite, but do make sure it says week 2, session 1 or W2 S1. Okay. Let's go to Kahoot now. And I got a whole bunch of stuff up from my other school things that I'm taking care of. So let's log in. Let's go to my Kahoots. Let's go to the next page. And let's look for Scratch. Week 2, session 1, we're playing. Here we go. I'm playing on my phone again. So I go to kahoot.it. And the number is 5. You can play with me here. 501925. Entering. Name is Smith. Go. I'm in. Here we go. There are, it doesn't say 9 questions. There it is. 9 questions. Here we go. The abacus is most likely associated with what ancient civilization? Oh, we're reviewing. Bismarck, China, Pokemon, United States. Oh, that's easy. That's China. See if you can get them before I do. The Babbage difference engine was built in 1976. No, it was built in 18-something. 1850-something. 1856, maybe? 120 years before that magical number of 1976. The Roman counting machine was used mostly for counting what? Candles, Kleenexes, soldiers, or cotton balls? Mr. Smith, you make this too easy. Okay, the astrolabe, or astrolabe, counted stars for what ancient civilization? The Bostonians, the English, the ranchers, or the Egyptians? The ranchers. That's too funny. Next question 5. These 2 gentlemen were the first to fly a motorized airplane. What were their names? The Wrong brothers, the Option brothers, the Wright brothers, the Left brothers. Right and left, get it? Right and left. Oh, Mr. Smith, you cracked me up. In World War I, pilots were not very good at hitting their targets. That's true. They were bad. They missed all the time because they were just dropping things out of a plane. They didn't realize, that you were moving at 100 and some miles an hour. Okay. In order to improve hitting targets, the Army had to come up with better at what subject? Math, English, PE, or music? You want to say PE, because it's a physical thing, but really it all comes down to the math. Trajectories, they call it. By World War II, there was only one group capable of making the Army's warplanes hit their target. Cowboys, nerds, hockey player, or dog catchers? Gosh. That one's way too easy. All right, I think I won. Oh, one more. What is the most important date in computer history? I think you know this. 1776, 1876, 1976, 2000. Okay, this is 1976, and I'm the winner. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, well, that's it. And we'll see you guys next time here at the Scratch Project. I am Mr. Smith, and I am signing off. Take care, everyone.